Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about lists and tuples. Particularly, I'm going to talk about list methods, okay, like remove, then inserting, appending, etc. And then we'll talk about tuples and how tuples and lists both are different from each other and stuff like that. Okay, so let's get into it. So we have in and not in operator. Okay, so before going towards methods and list, one thing which I have left in the previous video, I'm going to discuss it now, that is in and not in operator. Okay, so it's very clear, like you can determine whether a value is or isn't in the list with in and not in operators. Okay, let's get into interactive shell so that we can get more out of it. So we have our shell and I say like there's again a spam variable. Okay, as usual we have cat, dog and hello in this spam variable. Okay, and I say I want to check whether hoodie, okay, hoodie is in the spam variable. Is it in the spam variable? If it is, it's going to give me true. If it is not, then it's going to give me false. Like if I say hello in spam, if it is, then will give me true. If it is not, then will give me false. Similarly, I can say hoodie, not in spam. Okay, if it is not in spam, yes, true, it is not in spam. So this is very much simple. Like, do you get that? So you can get like whether it is or it is not in that particular variable. Now let's get to our presentation and let's get into methods. Okay, yes, one thing which I forgot to tell you, that this expression evaluates two Boolean values, whether it will be true or false. Okay, so there's are different methods in lists like index, append and insert, remove and sort. So what do you think will be the difference between append and sort? Okay, so this is very much important thing. This both mean same. They're going to add something in the list. Append is also going to add and insert is also going to add, but what is the difference between those two? That then index says what it does is like if you can get the index of the list, then remove says what it does. Okay, you can understand, like remove is going to remove an element and sort is going to sort the list. Okay, let's get into interactive shell so that we can understand more about this thing. So we have index. Okay, let's discuss about index first. So we have same spam variable. I'm going to copy and paste it and add some element on it so that we get to know more about it basically. So we have for index method, can I add? No. Okay, for index method I say hoodie, or I add hoodie also. Okay, I add hero. Okay, so these are the things which I have added on my list of spam. Okay, now let's get index of hello. So when we have thousands of or hundreds of elements in our list, then we use index. Okay, like I know the element is present in the list and I get the index of 0, 1 and 2. So 2 is the index of that particular list. So if it is not present, like if I say spam index, okay, and I say hoodie, okay, like this. If I say this, it's not present, so it's going to give me false, and it's going to give me like value error, like hoodie is not in the list, what you're telling. Okay, this is important, the value must be there in the list, and if it is, it's going to give me the index. Okay, whatever index it has. Now we are going to add elements. So for adding elements we have append, okay, append and insert. Okay, we have these two these two functions for adding elements. So now similar, we have this thing, I'm redefining it, like copy and paste. Okay, we have the spam variable in which, or spam list in which we have cat, dog, hello, hoodie, hero. Now I want to append. Okay, one thing important, like how am I indexing it, or how am I using the index function is very much important. Okay, like I'm writing the spam variable and then a dot operator, and then we have index function. Okay, and then inside we have a string. Similarly, when I append, I use spam dot append, and I say what I want to append. Like if I want to append moose, then, and if I say print spam, it's going to append moose. One thing to remember, like appends, this function appends the moose or the string which is inside this out of the, sorry, at the last index. Okay, at the last index. Okay, similarly we have insert function like spam dot insert, but one thing that it has two arguments, like anything. Okay, it has two arguments, one the index and the string or the value that you want to insert. And if I say now spam, print spam, and I get the kh printed at the first index in 0 1, you can see over there. Okay, do you understand it? So this is how it works. Like index is going to have two arguments, that is the place or the position where you want to insert it and the string that you want to insert, and append is going to directly append it at the end. Okay, so this is how append and insert works. Okay, one thing to remember, like if I have eggs as my variable and it has hello as the string, okay, hello as the string in it, then if I use eggs dot append and I say word, okay, it's going to get an error because string has no attribute as append. This is very much important. Similarly, if I have a number like integer, okay, as 2, and I say integer dot append, what I say, word. Okay, again I'm going to get an error because int object has no attribute as append. Okay, so these are very much important things. So append and insert also does the same thing, try it out and insert. Okay, tell me whether you get an error or not. Okay, so append and insert only works for lists. Okay, it does not work for string as well as not for integers. Now let's get to our another method or another function, that is remove. Okay, we're going to talk about remove. So what remove does, is going to remove the elements or element from the other item from the list. Again, I'm going to take the list spam and I want to, let's say from spam I want to remove what, I want to remove cat. Okay, I want to remove cat and I say to print spam, so cat got removed. Is that clear? So this is how it works. It's going to remove. Now if what I say is not in the list, so what I want to remove is not in the list, like if I want to remove kh is not in the list, so what, it's going to give me an error, value error, that list dot remove x is not in the list. Whatever you said in the argument is not present on the list, so it is the value error. Do you get that? So this is how it works. Now moving towards our last function, that is the sort function. This is very much important. It does what it says, like it's going to sort. Like if I have a spam variable in which I say I have 2 4 1 then 6 then 100 and I say 10, so these are all the elements which spam has and I want to sort it. So spam dot sort, no arguments, and I say spam, I'm going to get the sorted, I'm going to get these sorted, these things, integers or sorted list. Similarly, if I have the spam variable this, and if I say spam dot sort, spam is sorted, and if I say spam, so spam is going to get me sorted like cat, then dog, hello. Now how this thing works, like we all know that all the alphabets all the characters had some ASCII numbers. So these numbers also have some ASCII numbers. So according to that ASCII numbers, we got these things sorted. Like C might have the smallest ASCII number compared to all these things. So here H and H, all these have the same. So they are going to get for second second value, like E over here, and O over here. So O. So E comes before O, so E, then L and R. Okay, in this way we get the sorted strings list as well as sorted integers list. Okay, so but what if we have but what if we need to reverse the direction, like this is from 1 to 100? What if I need from 100 to 1? So what do I do is spam. Okay, this one I'll copy and I paste it. Okay, so it will be easy to understand, like spam dot sort. I want to sort it but in reverse direction, so I'm going to take reverse equals to true. Okay, so if it does not have any argument, it means reverse is false. Okay, but if I need in reverse direction, I need to add true over there. So we have reverse equals to true, and if I say spam now, I'm going to get like 110.6421. Okay, similarly for this one also, like if I have this, you can do similar for that also, and I'll copy this also. Spam dot sort, and I say print spam, I'm going to get hoodie hero hello dog cat. Okay, so this is how it works. So we used what we have done till now, what we have studied till now is we have seen the index, okay, method, we have seen append and insert, then we have seen remove function, and then we have seen a sort function. So these are all the functions, very much important functions when we talk about lists. One thing in sort I want to talk, like if I have a string which has both numbers, that is integers, as well as strings. So let's see, we have a spam. Okay, let's paste it. Oops, not this. I say paste, and I'm going to add 1 to it, similarly 5 to it, and this. So I have a list which has both strings as well as integers, and if I say spam dot sort, okay, spam dot sort, I get an error because this particular sort operation does not support int and strings together. Okay, this particular function is not able to compare strings as well as integers as well. Okay, so this is the sort function. Let's get back to our presentation. So we have seen index, it's going to give me index. We have seen append and insert. Append is going to add the element at the end. Insert is going to add the element but at particular index. It has two arguments. Then we have remove, it's going to remove, and we have sort, it's going to sort. We cannot sort two data types, like if a list has strings as well as integers, it will not be able to sort it. Okay, so these are different methods in list which we have studied. Okay, now mutables and immutable data type. Okay, strings and lists are different in important way. Like a list value is mutable data type, that is it can be added, removed, or changed. However, strings are immutable. We have seen this now. So the strings cannot be changed, but lists can. In list we can add, we can change the items. Trying to reassign a single character in a string results in type error. We have seen this in the previous video. If you haven't seen, please check out in the I button. Okay, we get the type error if we try to change the value of the value in the string. Okay, and if I do similar thing in the lists, it is mutable. Okay, let us understand it in interactive shell. Okay, lists are mutable, that is it can have values added, removed, and changed. However, string is immutable, it cannot be changed. Okay, let's get to interactive shell and try something. Okay, try something out. Like we have eggs. This is very much important example. If I want to take, I take like 1, 2 and 3. These are the 3 elements which are present in the egg, and I say delete, like delete egg. Okay, second index number I want to delete, so it's going to delete 3 because 3 is in the indexed 2. Similarly, if I say del eggs, I say 1, so the first element got, sorry, the first indexed element got removed. And similarly, I say index del egg 0, 0th index got deleted. And if I say now like eggs, I'm going to explain this particular example with a visualization. Okay, I want to append, okay, I want to append 4 to it. Similarly, I say eggs dot append 5, okay, and eggs dot append 6 to it. Okay, now what if I say eggs, what do you think I'm going to get? I said to print eggs. What are we going to get? I'm going to get 4, 5, 6. Now let us visualize this example. Okay, in this, so we have a container list which has 3 elements, 3 eggs, like 1, 2, 3. Okay, then what we did is we deleted the first element 1, second element 2, third element 3. The container got empty. Then we added 4, 5, 6 to it. Okay, and that is what we got the result. Okay, for more better visualization, I'm going to go more further with it. Like we have this. Okay, so what happened over here is like, okay, do you understand? Like we have 1, 2, 3 in the list container eggs. Okay, what happened is we used del function to remove the third and the second. Similarly, we got 1, all the elements removed from the egg list or egg container. Okay, then we started appending it, like we have appended 4, then we have appended 5 and 6, then we got this. Okay, this is a very simple, like using del functions and using append functions, we can add anything, we can delete anything. That is, the lists are mutable but the strings are not. Okay, we cannot do this particular things in list, of course. Okay, we have seen this in the previous video. So this is very much simple thing which I want to show you, that we can delete and append, we can modify that particular list, but we cannot do with it the same thing with lists, sorry, strings. Now moving forward to our next topic, that is tuples. So tuples are identical to lists, we all know that. Okay, except 2 ways. Okay, so lists and tuples are almost identical to list data type except 2 ways. What are these 2 ways? First, tuples are typed with parentheses. We will see in interactive shell, like we are going to use this thing. Okay, this particular things, circle brackets, I say this. Okay, so we're going to use this parenthesis instead of square brackets for tuples. Let's get to interactive shell so that we can get more out of tuple. So we have tuple, and I say like 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is tuple. If I say I want to see the type of the tup variable, okay, I'm going to get it is a tuple. Similarly, if I say type of spam variable, it is a list. Okay, so I get the type of tup variable using this type function, and it's a tuple. Okay, so this is how tuple works, or this is how tuple is. We do all the same thing as, okay, we have all the same thing, similar things for list, that are for lists, that are for tuples. Okay, and secondly, like strings, tuples are also immutable. Tuples cannot have their values modified, appended, or removed. So this is one more important thing, that we cannot mute, or we cannot change, we cannot modify tuples. They are protected. They cannot be encrypted or something like that. Okay, we cannot change the values of tuples. Let's get into ideally so that we can try it. I'm going to try appending tup4. Okay, like I have a tup variable, I'm going to append append. I'm going to append 4 to it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to get an error because tuple object does not have any attribute as append. Similarly, if I try tuple with let's say what index, okay, I can get the index of it, of course. Okay, like if I try to what remove, okay, if I try to remove something like 3 from it, I'm going to get it because we are not able to modify it. It does not have any attribute as as remove. Okay, now all things are same. Like if I have tuple which has something like 1 2 3 4 5, these are the elements, and if I want to try like tuple 1, all slicing operation can be done. Okay, everything can be done, we don't have any issue with it. Okay, we can have lists inside tuples. Okay, like no, yes, let's try tuple equals to, we have a tuple which has a list 1 comma 2 comma 3 and has some values like 4. Let's see what happens to it. No, and I say tuple, print tuple, I get that. So we can have lists inside tuples. Okay, so this is it. Now if I do, like, we have to get the type of hello. These are inside parenthesis. So I have cleared the string. So tell me about it. What do you think this will be? Will it be tuple or what? Because this particular thing is inside parenthesis, no? So it must be tuple. Let's check it out. So, but it is string. Okay, so one thing which I want to tell you from this example is that whether it is tuple, okay, if it is tuple, then what you need to do is you need to have a comma, because what tuples are comma separated values. Okay, comma separated values, yes, and which are inside parenthesis. So when you do this, compiler will understand, yes, it is tuple. If you have one single element tuple, you must have a trailing comma with it. I'll get a tuple. Okay, so this is what I want to tell you, that if you want to have a single value, single item tuple, you must have a trailing comma with it. Okay, let's get to our thing. Okay, now we have seen the tuple data type. Now let us move towards converting types from list to tuples and from tuples to list. So these are the functions which you're going to use. We're going to use list function as well as tuple functions. Let us get into shell. So we have a spam variable. I deleted everything, so I need to write it again. I have a spam variable which is cat was dog. Okay, let's stop this. Okay, so we have a spam variable which has these two elements. Now if I want to convert it to tuple, because it is a list, I want to convert it to tuple, so I'm going to write tuple and I say spam. Okay, if I do this, I'm to get the spam variable which is list got converted to tuple, as you can see, which is inside this parenthesis. If I have similarly tuple variable again which has 1 2 3 4 5, and if I say I want to list it, okay, I want to convert this tuple variable to list, so I get it in list format. Is that clear? So this is how we convert. Similarly, you can list a string also. I will be making a separate video when we talk about data conversions. Okay, data type conversion, in which we're going to convert list to tuples, tuples to list, strings to list. Okay, like this thing. So we have converted string to list. Similarly, we can convert it for tuple also. Okay, so then these particular things, if I store this in variable, I will not be able to change it. Okay, let's get back to our presentation. Sorry for this presentation where we move forward. Okay, so this is it. So I'll tell you that don't forget to like, share and comment, of course, and suggest me changes, comment down the doubts. Gives in the next video I'll be talking about examples. Don't forget to subscribe also. Okay, example, I'll be taking example from list and tuples. okay? Because list and tuples are very vast concept. You can understand like lists are nothing but arrays, okay? In for other programming languages, for C, C++, or Java, lists are nothing but arrays. They work as the same concept. Okay, we can have multi-dimensional list also, which is multi-dimensional array. We'll talk about that if it needs. And suggest me changes. You can get the notes on eat sleep code repeat.blogspot.com. You can watch out the video, okay, and click on the subscribe button so that you never miss any update. So by this I'm signing off. Thank you for watching.